Yo, what is up, goats? My beautiful fiance took me to Cheesecake Factory, ate some bomb-ass food, then we watched The Amazing Digital Circus and Invincible. Having a great day after getting 50K subs. I also dyed my hair orange, so I'm CO2 orangey now. But no, really, I appreciate every single one of you that has chosen to subscribe to me. It still feels very, very surreal because that's like a lot of people. But after a bit, like, I don't know, it feels less and less real. And then I look at it again and I'm like, holy shit, that's too many people. We gotta stop this. Anyways, whether you're a new head or an old head, there's a lot of new heads, and I really think that's funny. Like a fifth of my audience is from the past like month, but there's a lot of you that have been here the whole time being like a year and a half, I guess now. So shout out everyone. Appreciate everyone. I just simply can't say it enough. But one thing I've been debating on doing for a really long time is doing a little Q&A, but I was really like embarrassed about it because like what if I ask for people to ask me questions and then no one does? Like that's gonna be so fucking embarrassing. But luckily for me, I did have people ask me a couple of questions, so I'm gonna answer a couple. Yeah, I hope you enjoy. So the first one I want to address comes from @funnyname.text. Why did you name your second channel More Goldy when CO3 Goldy was right there, or CO2 Sylvie, and like any other variation? And the real answer, the real truthful answer, is that my fucking username is hard enough for people already, and I didn't want to confuse them. That's genuinely it. Like, I tell people, like, oh yeah, look me up, I'm CO2goldy. And I see them do C02 space GOLDIE. And I'm like, dude, come on. So truthfully, I just didn't want to confuse more people than I have to. But if I did change it, low key, keep this on the down low, please. I would make it CO4 Goldy, because then like people would be like, where's CO3 Goldy? And it doesn't exist. Or alternatively, AO3 Goldy. That's something. Next one comes from @Cage. Other letters. What's your top 5 favorite Pokemon in no particular order, unless you want to rank them, or if you don't have one, you could always go through the 1,000 plus options. LOL. Hope you're having a good day and night. You too. If you are an old head, if you are a knower, I love Pokemon. I mean, Goldie comes from the Pokemon Adventures manga. So my top 5 on lock are probably in this order as well. Azumarill. I love Azu. I use Azu whenever I get the chance. I'm currently replaying Pokemon Omega Ruby for the nth time, and I'm using Azu. I've used Azumarill on almost every team that I can, though huge power does carry that mod. Number 4 is going to be Clodsire. Clodsire really grew on me. I didn't play much of Scarlet and Violet, but he's really silly, and I really like him. I beat the game, but I didn't like complete the Pokedex like I always do. I just kind of dropped it after I beat it. Always loved Wooper, always loved Quagsire. Clodsire is just a really funny fellow, and I like him a lot. Number 3 is probably gonna be Trico. I gotta have a starter in here, obviously. Trico wasn't my first starter. My first starter was actually Tepig in Pokemon Black 2, or sorry, Pokemon White 2. But Trico's always had a really special place in my mind. He's my favorite of the starter trio. And then Grovyle is really important in the Mystery Dungeon games. And then Ash's Sceptile is just so cool. So like I've been exposed to the Trico line forever, and they just mean a lot to me. 2 is going to be a tie, okay, between Raichu and Alolan Raichu. I like both of them pretty equally. I have a Raichu plush in the back of my car that my fiance gave to me when we were in like high school, so that's always been really important to me. Alolan Raichu is just really, really cute. I have a shiny one in my Sword and Shield save file that I bred in Sun and Moon. And I don't know. I like Wolfie VGC a lot, and I think it's really funny when he uses Raichu in 2016 to win the World Championships. So number 1 though, my number 1. Forever, it's like always been this, and I think it's always going to be this. It's Ampharos. Ampharos is my favorite Pokemon, because if any of you guys are knowers, Pokemon Rob, that's his name, Pokemon Rob. A long time ago, he made a song called Bippin the Dragon about his Ampharos named Bippin. And I was a child, and I thought that was the funniest shit I have ever heard. And so ever since then, I've named all my Ampharoses Bippin, and I always use one on my team when I can. And I just think he's super cute. I really like my little Bippin. I have a lot of plushies of him. And you know what? If I ever strike it big, I will have the life-size Mareep, all right? There's gonna be signs. Also, I sound so stuffy. Allergies been kicking my ass. Anyways, Uza, you. I see you in my comments a lot. Anyways, yeah, you've been one of my favorite creators ever since I discovered your channel. Thank you. What made you create your first video, and what lets you continue making videos? My first video, at least my publicly available one, is Why Are Fighting Games So Gay? And if you've been around for a little bit, you would know that what inspired me to create this video was that I had a deadline. It was a school project. It was my final project in an editing class, and I made that for my final project. That's as far as that one goes. Then it kind of blew up, and I just kept going from there. Though the actual first couple hundred videos on my channel were like old Minecraft videos and Overwatch videos and like really shitty Let's Plays, kind of like everyone who's ever kind of tried at YouTube has made. And the truth is, I just made all of those videos because, well, I really liked watching them, and so I wanted to try making them too. And then, well, as we continue making videos, and the truth is, I could be basic and go, "'Cause of the fans, 'cause I love my fans." I guess that's like kind of true, but the main reason is it's just fun. That's all I got. Like I'm in awe at people who can just consume a bunch of stuff, like media wise, and then not make stuff about it. Whenever I watch something, I'm always like, holy shit, I need to talk about it, and the medium in which I talk about it is making videos. So as long as I have that drive, I'm gonna keep making stuff, I guess. Clyde Creature asks, what are or were some of your biggest inspirations to start making videos? It's kind of embarrassing to say this now, but a lot of the creators who are now my friends really inspired me, like Melody No Surname, and Shitty Kickflips. I really liked a lot of their videos, really cool stuff, and it just kind of made me want to do stuff in their style after Why Are Fighting Games So Gay blew up. And so there's a lot of similarities in like blending of their styles you can see in my videos if you pay enough attention. And secondly, what's your usual thought princess when making a video? I think about the princess a lot in my videos. No, my thought process, usually just how can I make this entertaining? Most of my videos start with what jokes I want to make. Which might sound kind of fucked up because I get comments saying that people cry at my videos. Meanwhile, every single one of my videos starts with what jokes I'm making. It's usually like the jokes, and then I usually like to look around and see if other people have talked about it, how they've talked about it, and how I can add my perspective onto it. And I just try to keep that. Like I just try to add my own perspective on things that I like, and make jokes. That's my idea. Keeping it rolling with the creation. Questions at Pingu asks, how did you come up with your thumbnail style? Like, what inspired you to make these kind of thumbnails? Because I really like them and I think they are very eye-catching. I don't know. One thing that I don't know if I've talked about publicly, at least recently, is that I used to be an editor and a thumbnail maker and a like banner / asset maker, I guess. I was never like popular. I did a couple of people's stuff back in the day, and I just kind of figured out what people liked generally through that. I did a bunch of different genres, but I worked with a bunch of different people, and I just kind of boiled down what most people want out of a thumbnail that isn't just like big face, big colors. So yeah, I don't know how I came up with it. I just kind of chose a font, decided, hey, that's my font now. No one else can use that font. And just, I don't know, I just put the text on the background, and that's what I do. It's simple enough, but yes, it is very eye-catching. At the Fall of Vortex asks, Discord server, are you planning on making one, or you ever made one? I'm too stupid to find it. I've gotten this question quite a bit in my comment sections or just other like places, and I'm not making one. I don't think I ever want to make one because just generally whenever I see a creator make a Discord server, nothing ever good comes out of it. Do I think y'all can behave? I think so, but it's about the people who don't. Maybe I'll make like a Patreon Discord server. People have asked for that. Like, that's like a huge maybe. Don't subscribe to my Patreon thinking that's gonna happen. Fucking maybe. I don't know. I also just kind of prefer that like degree of separation from people. I don't like being that easily accessible, which might sound a little standoffish, but I've had experiences, all right? So Discord server, most likely not. If someone wants to make an unofficial one, that's fine, as long as you like make sure that people know that I'm not involved. That's cool, but you guys can figure out whatever. I don't care. At Java Chrome 1 asks, favorite video game. If you watched gaming, When Am I Retro Now? You might have a hint at this, and I think I've also mentioned it a couple other times, but my favorite video game of all time is Persona 3 Portable. Specifically Portable just because it just came at a really important time in my life. I was always the kind of guy who was like, yeah, I don't cry at anything. I'm not a fucking baby. I never like said that explicitly, but it was kind of my thought process. And Persona 3 Portable made me bawl my fucking eyes out. When I heard Memories of You, it was the first time I had ever cried at a game, and it was also the first time that I had immediately made a new game after that. And then I played through the FMC route, and that made me fall in love harder with the game. So Persona 3 Portable is probably my favorite game of all time. I love Persona 3 just in general and all of the Persona games. I've 100%ed all of them. I also recently played Metaphor. Great game. But aside from Persona 3 Portable, I love Neon White. I love Sunset Overdrive. Overwatch will always have a special place in my heart. And Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I literally use my Switch as a Smash Ultimate machine. It doesn't play anything else. So those are a couple of my favorite games. At Waloki asks, since your videos are innately personal, how do you balance between sharing too much and not sharing enough? Do you feel like the parts you choose to leave out of your videos are just as much of a part of your self-expression as what you include? To answer the second part first, yeah, absolutely. I think the choices to not include things definitely it shapes what people think I am, right? And so I would say that's pretty self-expression-y. And balancing the sharing too much and not sharing enough is really tough. If you've watched, like, I want to say like my last 4-ish videos, at least I get this impression that I started sharing less. I think the Memories one is a little more personal, but generally like the last like 3 have been less so personal, and that's just because as I've gotten bigger, I've been less comfortable sharing things about myself. Even doing this right now, I was kind of debating on not doing it. And so I've been trying to strike that balance a little better. Like something like Why Are Fighting Games So Gay, I think overshare is a little too much, but something like generating episodes and cartoons, whatever the fuck I call that video, I think that one shares the right amount. I think I have enough personal anecdotes. I think every video is going to have personal anecdotes, but to the extent at which I admit that those are personal anecdotes, definitely depends. So yeah, I definitely think about that all the fucking time. So I try not to overshare too much. Even if people want me to, I don't. At Sir Pat, the person asks, how do you get yourself out of creative ruts and burnouts? And let me tell you do something real quick. Look at the upload dates of my videos. You would see that for the first, like, I don't know, year, I uploaded every single month. And then it started to be every other month. Then it was like, yeah, you know, a month and a half. Then 2. And then I'm pretty sure there were 3 months, almost 3 months between Designing Trans Characters for Positivity and Puppy Girl Pandemic. And I wouldn't say I was necessarily in a creative rut or burnout during that time, because I was just at my job. I was just picking up more shifts. But the best advice I can have for you is just obviously you could just say take a break, but genuinely remove yourself from it entirely. The best ideas I've ever had were from after I got up from my fucking computer and like went out with friends or like played a video game and just cut off all, I don't know, all distractions, just played a game or went out with went out with friends, like I said. I get all my ideas in the fucking shower because I have nothing to distract me. So just get yourself out of your element, break your routine, break distractions. And obviously that's not sustainable long term necessarily, but I think that gives you the little boost that you need. Because once you see that you're making progress, that usually will bolster me to keep making progress. Like this last video I've had, I would say I was in a bit of a burnout. Especially after Designing Trans Characters for Positivity, I would say I was definitely in a burnout, and the Puppy Girl video was kind of like my one, my get out of jail free card, because I had that one scripted for a long time. I don't know. I kind of just have been chilling and just waiting for new ideas to come to me, and one finally did that I've been working on slowly but surely. So just give yourself time. Just don't beat yourself up over it. I do this all the time. I beat myself up for it. Don't do that. It's easy to say not do it. But don't. And once I figure out how to stop doing that, I will let you know, all right? At Amy Profile Picture asks, are you trans? Believe it or not, yes, I am. I've actually had people reverse transvestigating me. A lot of people think I'm not, just because I don't necessarily present femininely online. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I've actually just been guessing in all my videos. All my personal anecdotes, complete guesses. I'll show all my needles on screen. Like, yes, I am. Believe it or not, I am a trans woman. Favorite album of all time? It's probably Discovery by Daft Punk. It's just always been my go-to. I don't find myself skipping songs off that album, except for Too Long. That one's self-explanatory on why I skip it sometimes. But like Face to Face, Digital Love, Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger, dude. Something About Us is my favorite song from Daft Punk personally. So that's a great album. My favorite albums right now are probably Monomania and How to Leave Town by Car Seat Headrest. I have only been listening to Car Seat Headrest for the past like 2 years. It's a problem. I'm wearing a Car Seat Headrest shirt right now, actually. I'm looking down and I see that. Yeah, those are some of my favorite albums. And then lastly, the last part of this question, why did you choose your career/degree? As for my career, I've been working at the same place since I applied when I was 15. I worked my way up the ranks a little bit, and I'm only there because I get to listen to music, and they don't know that I do, and they all know me, and I get paid good. And I can't wait to leave. I fucking hate my job, but eventually, that's why I chose my actual job. And now my degree, in case you don't know, I am in college as well. I am majoring in film production with a minor in education and teaching. The film degree comes from just liking YouTube a lot. Just watching YouTube growing up really inspired me to want to make things of my own. And so I learned how to use like camera equipment, and I taught myself editing and stuff. And in high school, I had a great film teacher. I absolutely loved her. I still see her every once in a while. We go out to Panera. And I just fell in love with video creation. And as for teaching and education, I've also loved teaching people about that kind of stuff. I was a pseudo teacher's assistant in high school for film classes, and even now I like to put myself in that position a lot. So I just love helping people, love making stuff. At Village Numbers asks, if you became a makeshift plush, would you look more like your channel PFP or the other plush that you use? And the answer is my channel PFP. I think once I get like, if I get like, I think it's like the cutoff's like 80K, I think, for makeshift. I don't know. It would be like my channel plush. I had at Do Enjoyer, Juno, draw my PFP, and so I would have to consult her to ask to draw up some potential sketches for a plushie. It would have big ass glasses, and there would be no eyes behind it, and I think that'd be really funny. As for the other plush, so people are curious about my other plush, and the truth is, it's just a fox plush that my fiance gave to me when we were in high school again, and it just so happens that the Kamina glasses fit perfectly on it, and that's why I use it. I have a bunch of other plushies. The glasses didn't fit on any other of them, any of the other ones. It fits on that one, so that's why I use that, in case you're wondering. And I also just think it's funny. So, in a similar vein to an earlier one, Mint asks, congrats, you deserve it so much. Thank you very much. One thing I'm curious about is how did you motivate yourself to start posting videos? I'm struggling a lot with this right now, even having pretty good ideas already written down, and a lot of the editing figured out in my head. Lots of love from Brazil. Funnily enough, first off, Brazil is like my third biggest region, like behind the US and the UK, and then it's Brazil and Canada. Fucking love Brazil. Great job, guys. What motivate myself to start posting videos? So as I said, Why Are Fighting Games So Gay was a school project, so I was kind of motivated by that deadline. That doesn't really count. The next video, like gender bending episodes, I just made that because I was confident that I could. I think Why Are Fighting Games So Gay kind of proved to myself that I could do that kind of stuff if I put my mind to it, and that kind of gave me it kind of lit a fire under my ass, being like, hey, you can do this. Like, you should do it more if you like doing it. I think one huge tip that I would give to anyone starting out, and you probably know this in your heart of hearts, you're gonna suck ass, most likely. Not you specifically. Not you specifically, of course. Like when you make your first video and you feel like, damn, that sucked, or you put it out and it gets 4 views, don't fucking beat yourself up over it. All right, you got to start somewhere. You need to be able to get to a place where you can look back and realize, holy shit, I've gotten so much better. I love stroking my own ego. I like to look back at my videos on the playlist old episodes, specifically the best Xbox original you forgot about, which was kind of my first attempt at a video essay, and it kind of sucks. Like, I'm still happy with it, and it makes me smile when I look at it, but it sucks ass, and it didn't get very many views. And just knowing that, like, hey, that got my foot in the door, and now look where I'm at. You just gotta fucking start taking the steps. That's all I can tell you. All right, I got 2 left. I'm sorry for making this so long, and I'm sorry if I didn't choose your comment. But Arctic/Luna asks, well, congratulations, thank you very much. What is a topic or idea you're interested in that you'd like to make a video on, but you haven't? And the truth is, there's a lot of them. I have a lot of video ideas that I couldn't see myself doing, but I want to. And the single reason why I haven't is because I don't want to poke the bear, per se. One video idea I've had for a really long time is like video games were always woke, and about how people of color, trans people, gay people, minorities basically, have always worked on video games and always will continue to do so even if they get overshadowed. And also video games are inherently political, and they are inherently art. And conservative art usually sucks. And so I'm of the belief that video games have always been quote unquote woke. And I think it would be a really fun video, especially to dive into the history of some like earlier games and like games that a lot of right-wingers online like to herald as like being these like beacons of conservatism. But I just don't want to deal with the fucking hate. Because now that I am a bigger channel, I know I'm going to have to deal with that. And just that just doesn't sound fun. And so almost all the ideas I don't want to do they all come from poking the bear. Maybe I will at some point. But I just like to make my videos and have a little goof and a gaff and have fun. I don't want to have to deal with death threats more than I already do. So that's the truth. And then lastly, May asks, I have 2 questions because I'm big and greedy. All right. What's your favorite video you've ever worked on? And life or death for Jetpack Cat. Love your content, goat. Thank you very much. My favorite video I've ever worked on is It's a Slow RPG Christmas Super Lesbian Animal RPG. It's about 2 hours, so I don't I don't take it personally if you haven't watched it, but basically that video I coordinated with about 4 other content creators, maybe 5 friends, and then my roommate and I did a bunch of skits for it, and we voiced a bunch of really important stuff from the video game Super Lesbian Animal RPG. It's a really stupid idea, and it was so much fucking fun. I typed up 65 pages of script for it. And it was just genuinely a joy to work on. I understand why it didn't do well. It's 2 hours long about a game called Super Lesbian Animal RPG. But if you haven't watched it, I really, really would appreciate if you checked it out. My fiance's in that one. I had her voice the main character, and I voiced the main character's girlfriend. And I just think it was such a fun time. I had such a good time voice acting. If you ever need me to voice act, please hit me up. I have an insane vocal range that people think are really fucking hot. So hit me up. Oh yeah, life or death for Jetpack Cat? Fucking death. I want that Jetpack Cat fucking gone. I've been sober from competitive Overwatch for about 1.5 years and have no plans of returning. But when I do play quick play, that fucking cat is the bane of my existence. I cannot stand that cat. So yeah, basically death for Jetpack Cat. Oh yeah, last thing. This isn't necessarily a question that I got under any of my post, but this is a question I receive quite often, and one that I have replied to publicly before, but I'm going to do it here anyways. What's up with my voice? Why don't I use a voice trained voice in videos? And I have, I think, 3 or 4 different reasons that I'm going to lay out for you, all right? Number 1, I don't want to. That's the first one, all right? The second one is it's become my brand. It's kind of a brand now, right? When I made Why Are Fighting Games So Gay, once, like, as I said, 3rd time, school project was not intended to leave the walls of a classroom. So I did not care what I sounded like. I was on hormones for a little while, but I was not publicly trans yet. And so I was not even considering voice training. And then obviously the video did well, and yada, yada, yada. The rest is history. Like, no shade. This is absolutely no shade. I could be one of the 3,000 trans girls that have a high-pitched voice with like a VTuber avatar. I could do that, but it's my brand that I don't, and I personally don't want to do that. Like I said, no shade if you do, no shade if you like people that do, but I don't want to do that. I'm standing out by doing this, and I think it's kind of fun. I like it. Also, I do voice train, actually. I have a girl voice that I use in public a lot. And if you go back and watch like, I don't know, watch the Your Name video or something, and then watch some of my newer videos, you will see that my voice is like kind of higher now, which is really funny, just kind of as a result of the voice training. So yeah. The last thing is the most practical answer, and it's that I've always had a really big problem with mouth clicks. You might be able to hear it in this video because I'm not like being careful like I normally am. And I've learned some like voice acting techniques to reduce the clickiness of your mouth. It's kind of gross. And the truth is, when I use a voice trained voice, it's just harder to control it. And so I don't really want to. It makes me have to edit out more and spend more time on the audio. And it's just a lot of work. And like, how weird would it be, right? If you tune into the next co2goldy video, and like, it's like, yo, what is up, guys? It is me, co2goldy, and I'm back at it again with the white vans. Like, come on. Like, come on. People say my voice is hot. People ask for ASMR. I'm not doing that. No, I could make big fucking bucks if I did that. Yeah, those are the reasons I don't use a voice-trained voice in my video. It also inspires people who don't want to voice train or can't for whatever reason, right? Or just don't want to. I think I already said that. I've seen a lot of people be like, you know, you really inspired me to make videos despite my voice being like insecure about my voice. And I'm like, that's awesome. I'm really happy for you. I'm really happy I could be that person to, you know, show you it's fine. Show you that you can be successful as a trans woman online and have a funny voice like mine. So I also just like the voice. I don't know. All right, that was a lot longer than I intended. I'm still hyped up on my s'mores cheesecake. Holy shit, that was so good. Oh my goodness gracious. I hope you all are having a wonderful whatever you're doing, and I will see you in the next video, which should hopefully be out sometime. I have to watch a bunch of movies for it, and that's taking a long time because I've been very busy playing Bloons Tower Defense 6 and scrolling Twitter. So yeah. Thank you again for 50,000 subscribers. I can't say it enough. It's very cool. And if I ever have inspired you to make something, whether it be writing a paper or making a video, if you're comfortable sharing, show it to me. Fucking at me, tag me. I'll look at it. Have a good one.